Hi, very good morning to one and all. Welcome all to this session. So in this session, we mainly focus on some of the basics in JavaScript. Although we have covered a few basics in the last or previous two sessions. So in this session, especially we will work on variables and data types in JavaScript. And if we have time, we will cover a couple of keywords like let is one of the keyword in JavaScript, and constant is one of the const is the another keyword in JavaScript. We will cover these two things, and if still we have time, we will go for covering operators in JavaScript. So these all things are very familiar with all the other programming languages like C, C++, and Java. We have studied all these three languages. So here also the syntaxes will be almost similar, but we need they will have some difference. I will show the difference and I will explain each and everything, right? So in today's session, first we will start with the variables. So how to define or how to declare a variable in JavaScript, how we can assign values to variables in JavaScript, etc. So let us start today's session with the slide of variables. In the previous session, we have stopped here by seeing examples for script tag in body, script tag in head, and script tag in external JS file, that is JavaScript file. And in today's session, we mainly concentrate on variables, right? So a variable is a name of a memory area where we can store some value. So the definition is same in all the programming languages. In C, in C++, or Java, Python, any programming language, a variable represents some amount of memory, and in that memory we store some values, and the amount of memory that was allocated for that variable will depends upon the data type of that variable. Let us have two examples here. First one, if I define int a, that means in Java programming language, for integer 4 bytes of space will be allocated. So that 4 bytes of space will have the name a. So in the middle of the program, if we store a equal to 30, that means the value 30 will be stored in the 4 bytes of space which was under the name of a. Example number 2, if we define a variable character C, that means CHARC, that means 2 bytes of space will be allocated with the name of C. And for example, if we store C equal to some A, that A will be stored inside C, which is of 2 byte space. I think you all understand what I'm saying, right? So a variable is nothing but some amount of space which is reserved under a variable name in order to store values. So that is the first point here. Variable, it is used for storing data values. Let us have. So in programming languages, there are two things: declaration part and initialization part. So I will talk about the initialization part later. First, let us look at the declaration part. So declaration part means we have to declare one name and one data type in previous programming languages. But in JavaScript, variables with the key are, as we seen a couple of programs in the last sessions, when we want to declare a function or when we want to define a keyword called as function. People who don't understand, please go through the previous session, right? In this, we can store any type of value. Example, VAREX. That means VAR means we are trying to define a variable and the name of the variable is EX. As all we know that in programming languages, we have to end each and every statement with a semicolon. That's why we have used VAR space EX semicolon, right? So let us have a look at the next point. Assignment. As I said earlier, uh, there are two parts for while we are discussing about variables: declaration part and initialization part. So initialization means assigning some values to that variables. Till now, we have defined a variable with the name EX, and now we have to assign some values to that EX. So the assignment of values to the variable is called as declaration of the variable. Sorry, initialization of the variable. So here it is the syntax of defining variables, right? So in the next line, we can have variable name equal to some value. So let us see an example, or we can simply use the declaration part and initialization part in the same line. So these things are common in all the programming languages. We can declare the variable in one statement, we can assign the values in the next statement, or we can combine the declaration and assignment of values, that is initialization, in a single statement also. Okay, so and before moving to the next slide, let us have a look at how we can define these variables inside a JavaScript, inside a HTML file of JavaScript language, right? So let us move to the programming window here, and let us have a close look at how we can define these variables. And 1 second. Yeah. Let us take one new HTML. Right, in this, let us start working with JavaScript. So now define an HTML tag. These things are common in all the programs. And then define some head section, head tag, and then use title tag. Here our title is variables in JS, that is JavaScript. So close the title tag and then close the head section. Now open the body section, and inside the body section, if we want to include some JavaScript code, we need to use the script tag, and inside the script tag we can write the JavaScript code, and then we have to close the script tag, and then we have to close the body tag, and then we have to close the HTML tag. I request all the people, please remember these things, right? So inside the script tag, right, we have studied earlier in JavaScript. If we want to define a variable, we can define it by using var keyword, and we can use a name for that variable. For example, a is the name of the variable, right? And at the same time, we can assign some values to that variable. So it is the declaration. It is the declaration of variable. Declaration of variable, and this line is initialization. Initialization of values or assigning of values, or we can combine both these things. I want to define another variable where the value of b is 20. So here we have combined declaration and assignment in a single statement. So these are the two possibilities. So in any possibility, we have to use the where keyword in order to define the variables, and followed by name of the variable, and then we can assign the value, or we can use the variable keyword followed by name of the variable equal to value that is assigned to that variable. And then, so this is how we can use, we can declare variables in JavaScript. Now, let us have a look at how to print something on the output screen by using scripting language, by using JavaScript. So we all are familiar with printf in C, where the printf is used to print something on the output screen, and then we use C out in C++ in order to print on the output screen. And in Java, we have used system.out.println in order to print something on the output screen. Similarly, in JavaScript, we have a statement which is used to print something on the output screen. For example, if we want to print the value of a on the output screen, we have to use the object called as document. I think you all know this. Document terminology. We have used in the previous examples, previous session examples. Document dot select element by ID. Sorry, get element by ID. Document dot get element by ID. We have taken the previous examples. So here here also we have to use the same document object dot. There is a function called as write-ln. Write-ln. We have used println in Java, but in JavaScript we have to use write-ln in order to print the value of a variable. So if I use document.write-ln of a, it will print 10 on the output screen. And similarly, if I want to print the value of b over the output screen, use document.write-ln of b. So that will print 20 on the output screen. So this is how we can declare variables in JavaScript, and we can print the values of the variables in the JavaScript, right? So let us save this program. So we can save this program with any name. That's not a problem. Let us save this program with as v.html, because we are working with variables. I am saving this as v.html. Now let us move to the v.html file, which is in Java, right? v.html, right here it is in the at the bottom. Let us double click this one in order to see the output of the script code what we have written. So you can observe here we got the output 10 and 20. So the 10 and 20 was printed because we have used document.write-ln of a. It will print the value of 10 because the variable a is assigned with 10. And document.write-ln of b will print the value of 20 because b is assigned with the value of 20, and line number 9. right? Now, I think each and everyone is familiar with these things, right? We have to use the var keyword in order to declare a variable, followed by name of the variable, and then we can assign the value. After assigning the value, if we want to print the value over the output screen, we have to use document.writeln. Now, I'm closing this one. Just minimize the programming window and let us move to the PPT. Right? We have ended up at this particular slide. One second. Yeah, we have ended at this particular slide. Now let us move to the next slide, the continuation topic of variables. So in JavaScript, the variables are of two types, right? Uh, Local variables and global variables. We all are very much familiar with this terminology, local and global, right? So these variables are very much similar in C programming language. Also, we can find the two names, global and local. In C++ and Java, the variables can be divided into three types: local variables, global variables, and instance variables. Instance variables, the variables which are defined inside the class and outside of the method, are called as instance variables. And the variables which are defined inside the method are called as local. And the variables which are defined outside everything is called as global, right? So similar to C programming language, here also the variables are categorized into two types: local variables and global variables, right? So now let us have a look at these two type of variables and how we can define these variables and how what is the scope of those variables in the next example. Before going to that example, so let us look at how these variables are hosted in the code. So JavaScript variables hosting in two ways in the code, right? So those are the two variables, local and global. First one, parsing. What the JavaScript engine will do is, JavaScript engine moves all variable declaration to the top of the file, right? If the variables are global or the top of a function, if the variables are declared in the function, right? So it means if the variables are global, this JavaScript file will move all the variables to the top of the file. If the variables are local, that means all the variables are moved to the top of the function by the JavaScript engine. This is done while parsing. We will declare variable and we will assign the values to that variable at any point depending upon our need and following the syntax and semantics of the program. But when we try to execute, JavaScript engine will parse our program. While it is parsing the program, it will arrange the variables at different locations. If we define a global variable, the JavaScript engine will move that global variable to the top of the file. And if we declare a local variable, then the JavaScript engine will move that particular variable to the top of the function, right? So now let us look at this execution. So the JavaScript engine assign values to variables and execute code. So as I said earlier, JavaScript variable hosting in two ways in code. So variables will work in two ways. First, JavaScript engine will move global variables to the top of the file, local variables to the top of the function, and then after moving the variables to certain positions in the file and on the function, then the JavaScript engine will assign values, and then it will execute the code. So this is what it will happen. what happens inside execution of a JavaScript code, right? So now I think many of us will have one question: how to declare a global variable and how to declare a local variable. So the definition in JavaScript is same as the definition in C programming language. In C programming language, if we want to define a global variable, we define it before the main function. And if we want to define a local variable, we define it within the main function or within a function. Similarly, here also, in JavaScript also, if we want to define a global variable, we will define it outside of all the functions. And if we want to define a local variable, we will define it within any one or other functions. Not the same. It is a quite different topic. I will speak about that thing in later. So keep the things in your mind. If we declare a variable outside of all the functions, then it is a global variable. If we declare a variable within the function, then it is a local variable, right? So let us see one example program that will clear all the doubts. Let us move to the programming window, edit plus, right? So here, now let us see how we can define global variables and how we can define local variables. I'm deleting this code and I will rewrite the. Let us define variable a equal to 10. Sorry, variable a equal to 10 semicolon, and then I want to use one function, right? My function name is, for example, CSC. So if I want to declare a function in JavaScript, I need to use the function keyword followed by my function name is CSC parenthesis, and then it is the body of the function. So inside the body of the function, right? Inside the body of the function, I want to declare one more variable b equal to 20, right? Variable b equal to 20. Now inside this CSC function, I want to print the value of a and the value of b, and at the same time outside of the function also I want to print both the values. So let us check whether they will print inside the function or they will print outside the function. Let us check by writing the program, right? So in order to print something on the output screen in JavaScript, we can use document dot write ln. We have seen this one in the previous example also, document dot write ln. So here I want to print the value of a, and then I want to print document dot write ln the value of b, right? So I want to copy these two statements, and I want to rewrite these two statements outside of the function. Okay, so now let us call this function CSC document. So I will show it later, not a problem, I will show it later. So now let us look at what values will be printed. And similar to the yesterday's class, let us create one button, right? Button space, some type equal to button, and on click right? On click equal to, let us call the CSC function here, right? When somebody makes a click on this particular button, it will execute the function CSC. So my button name is inside values, right? I will show how to create an object and how to call that method and how to access the variables in the next session. So before explaining creation of objects, all these things, I am trying to execute the CSC function with the process what we have already known. So I think you all know this process of creating button and executing function by making the click on that button. I think you all are familiar. So the people who don't know how to uh, create button and how to call a particular function by using the click on the button, you can please go through the previous session. So now what will happen is, over the output screen, it will print the value of 10 and 20 directly. And when we make a click on this inside values button, then it will execute this CSC function and it will print the values of 10 and 20, right? Keep one thing in your mind. Initially, on the output screen, only the value of 10 and a button with the name inside values will be displayed, because this 20 was declared inside the CSC function. So the scope of this function will end here. The scope of the function will start with the first curly braces and ends at the next curly braces. So if in the outside of the function we are trying to access this particular B variable, so this will not be printed. Only the value of A will be printed, because the A is declared outside of the function. That means A is called the global variable and B is called the local variable, right? Now I think you got some idea. So now save this one, and let us observe the output. It is also v.html. I don't write a new program. I just modified the old one, right? v.html. So let us make a double click on this one and observe the output here. 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. Let us write this one outside of the script, outside of the script tag. Just cut it. Yes, outside of the script tag, write that particular statement. Now save the code, and then make a refresh here, right? If you observe here, 1 second. Right, please compare these two things. So the title of the web page is variables in JS, and it is the title variables in JS, and then inside the script we have declared a variable A equal to 10, and we try to print the variable of A, value of A and value of B outside of this function. But the value of variable B was declared within the function. It is local to that function. So we cannot access this variable outside of this function. That's why we got only value 10. So if we want to see the inside values, so if we want to see the output of these two statements, we need to call the CSC function. So that CSC function will be called when someone makes a click on the button called as inside values. So if somebody makes a click on the button inside values, then CSC function will get executed. When CSC function will get executed, it will print the values of A and B. So let us have a look at how these values are printed by clicking on this button. Right. if I make a click on this button, the values of 10 and 20 are printed. So if you want to observe the change, let us print the B first and then print the A next. So it will print 20 and 10. So initially they will print 10, and when somebody makes a click on this inside values, they will print 20 and 10. Right. So this is how we can declare local variables and global variables. I think it is very similar to the previous programming languages. There is nothing new in these things. The only new thing is that what we have seen in the PPT, right? So JavaScript variables hosting in two ways in code. So they will be in two ways inside the JavaScript code. What the JavaScript engine will do is it will move the variables to certain positions. If it is a global, it will move the variable to the top of the file. And if it is a local, it will move the variable to the top of a function. That is the only major difference in this one. So and now I think everyone is familiar with this one. So now I want to add one more function. For example, I want to add function ECE. So inside ECE, I'm going to write I want to declare one variable and I want to print the value of that variable. Now I want to declare a variable C where the value of C equal to 30, right? Where the value of C equal to 30. Now I want to print all the three values A, B, C. I want to print the value of C and value of B and value of A, right? So I want to execute the function EC. I want to create one more button. Let us copy the code and paste the code and just change the thing. Here I want to write ECE values, and here is the button ECE values, and it is the button of CST values, right? So let us check whether it will work or not, and let us see how the output will be. So make a refresh here. So two buttons are created here, and the first value is 10, right? So outside of the function we are unable to access B. And same thing, if we write a function document.writeLN of C also, write a statement like document.writeLN of C also, it will also not be printed because C is local to ECE function and B is local to CSC function, but A can be accessed everywhere, right? So now, okay, I'll make a refresh here. One second, just save the code and make a refresh here. There will be no changes because outside of the function we are unable to access the variable C. Now if we click CSC inside values, so let us observe the CSC, it will print the value of A and B. So it will print 20 and 10. So let us click on this one. So it has printed 20 and 10. Now what will happen to ECE? ECE is trying to print the value of C, the value of B, the value of A. So it will print the value of C because C is local to ECE. It cannot print the value of B because B is declared within the CSC function. So the scope of B will start and end within this function. So it cannot print this particular value, and it can able to print the value of A 10 because A is a global variable which was declared. A is a global variable which was declared outside of all the functions. So now make a click on EC values. It will print 30, and once again, just alter these two values, alter these two statements. Not all. Just use A and then use B. Save the code and make a refresh here. Now press on EC inside values. So it has printed 10 and 20. So it was went away from the function because when it finds the finds a document.writeLN of B, it is unable to print the value of B. That's why it has jumped from the function, right? So this is how we can work with local and global variables in JavaScript, right? So we have ended up here before going to the example, right? And next one, let us have a good look at the next one of the important keyword in JavaScript from ES6. ES means there are several versions in JavaScript, and it is a version of, from where one keyword is added to JavaScript, right? So from ES6, it is a version in JavaScript. We can use a keyword called as let, L-E-T. So this particular keyword, we use this one in order to declare one or more variables. So if we want to declare one or more variables, we can use this let keyword. So I will show how one or more variables can be declared by using a single let keyword in the example. So let us have a look at, let us complete this slide and then we can move to the example. So we are in this slide, we are going to discuss about constant and let keywords. I think these 2 points are exchanged. That's why the second point came first and first point came next. So in this slide, we are going to discuss about constant keyword and let keyword. So constant keyword, we all are very familiar. In C or in C++, if we want to define a variable as constant in the sense, we don't want anyone to change the value of that particular variable. For example, if we have given A equal to 10, then if we want, if we don't want anyone to change the value of A, then we can define constant int A equal to 10. That means we are declaring a variable of integer where A, where the value of A is 10, and we are making it as constant. So nobody can change the value of that particular variable. So here also we use the constant keyword in order to make the constants in JavaScript. Along with the constant keyword, we have a let keyword, which is used to declare one or more variables. Here, let is like a where keyword. So still now we have seen about where keyword, var keyword. Where keyword in JavaScript is used to declare variables in JavaScript. So it is very similar. Let keyword is very similar to where keyword. However, a variable is declared using let keyword is block scoped. Here there is some difference. In the previous example, we have seen about local variables and global variables, right? Local variables and global variables. They have their own scope. Local variables will have the scope of the function. Global variables will have the scope from where they are declared to the end of the program. But this is very different. This is quite different from local and global. It is another scope. We are discussing about another scope, that is block scoped. So if we want a variable to be block scoped, we can define that variable by using let keyword. So I will show an example how we can use this let keyword and how this let keyword is useful in defining variables in block scope, right? So let keyword is very similar to where keyword, where we define by using where keyword, we can define local variables and global variables, where the scope will be within the function or within the from the declaration to the ending point of the function. But if we want to define the same variable with block scoped, we can use this let keyword. Next one, constant keyword. Constant keyword works like let keyword, but the variable that you declared must be initialized immediately. So when we use let keyword, there is no need to initialize the variable. We can declare the variable, or we can declare and initialize the variable in the same statement. It is our option whether we can declare in one statement and we can assign in another statement, or we can declare and assign in one statement. But in constant keyword, when we use the constant keyword, it is also block scoped. When we define a variable with constant keyword, we have to initialize it immediately. When we say constant means we have to keep the value inside that variable permanent. So if we want to keep the value permanent, we need to have some value, and that value will be permanent when we define the variable with constant keyword. So constant keyword works like let keyword, but the variable that you declare must be initialized immediately with a value, and that value cannot be changed afterwards. So both these things are very similar. When we use let keyword, we can change the values any number of times. But when we use the constant keyword, we cannot change the value because it will be constant throughout the code. And we will see an example. Now, I will show the example on let keyword and constant keyword in the next session. With this slide, I'm going to close today's session. And so if you have any queries regarding today's session, you can just comment in the comment box or text me. I will answer your all your queries, right? I think I hope all you are practicing the programs from HTML and then CSS, now JavaScript. I hope. So if anybody is not practicing, please make practice of each and every program. In today also we have seen about 2 programs, I think. So please practice these 2 programs and please practice some additional programs. So we don't have much time. I don't have much time to explain all the things. So you have to know by your own. So I request to please practice the programs, right? So I'm very thankful to all the listeners of this video, right? So just remembering all the things what we have discussed. We have discussed about variables. We have discussed about types of variables called as local variables and global variables. We have discussed about how to declare a variable and how to initialize a variable in JavaScript. And then we have discussed about the 2 keywords, let and constant keyword. And we have seen 2 examples in this session. Hope you all get some knowledge regarding the JavaScript in this session. So I'm ending with this today's session. In the next session, we will start with the program on let and constant keyword. And thank you once again, and thanks a lot for all the listeners of this video. We will meet you in the next session.